Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2. All right. Woo! Yeah. Yeah. Oh, my pocket thing failed. There it is. We got it on. Hey, what's up, people? My name is Tim Black. Welcome to the Tim Black Show. Glad you can make it. Glad you could pull yourself away from other people on the internet to watch this stream. I appreciate you. Now, if you could share it out, let people know that you're watching it. Let people know that you found this show and that you value it and that it's a good show. They should watch it. So basically, recommend the show to others by sharing it to your social media. That'd be great. I'd like to say hello to my people on Facebook, YouTube, and Periscope. I'd like to now go check and make sure everyone can hear everything. So let's start with Facebook. Facebook people. Amity, how you doing, Amity? Rahul, what's up, man? Thank you. George Scheller, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Dion, good to see you as well. Rhonda, Marjorie, Caleb, Jane, Kristen. I don't know what's going on. We okay on Facebook? We okay on Facebook? Jonathan, what's up? Loud and clear. Thank you, Gail. Thank you, Natalie. Thank you. Nessa, good to see you. Thank you guys for the feedback. It's good to know we can be heard on Facebook. Let's go to YouTube. Make sure YouTube's okay. Thank you, Jonathan. I appreciate it, man. YouTube. Let's see. YouTube. They've updated YouTube software for streaming, so it's a little janky. I'm gonna go here. Let's do this. Trenda Cooper, Trenda, Anna, Kara, Canvas, Brad. What's up, Brad? Thanks for moderating, Brad and Rahul. Rodney and Eric, Leroy, Davey, Adam, Buddy, Jeanette, David Melford. We carry signs. The Blazers fan, 22. I got you. Christine Williams, Pat Dowger, Jive T, Jive Turkey. All right. Clarence Diggs, what's up, Johnson? I got a lot of Wolfpack people on YouTube, man. Good to see the Wolfpack is on YouTube and Facebook. Thank you, guys. Hey, Claudia and Nikki and Adam Wayne. Thank you so much. And our Revolution MSU. That's what's up, guys. Looking good. All right, so we're looking good. We're on both platforms. Once again, please share this out. That'd be great. We are Grassroots here. We are independent media, the true epitome of independent media. We say what we mean. We mean what we say. No one's paying us to feel or think or say a certain thing. We just do it because that's what's real to us. So that's a beautiful thing. Thank you for being a part of it. Become a member of the Wolfpack, the Tim Black Wolfpack, by going to patreon.com, Tim's Take Live, or join right here on Facebook or YouTube. For starting at only $5 a month, you can contribute to independent media in a big way. Keep us honest. The best way to stay honest is to stay independent. All right, guys, so check this out, man. I got a couple stories that I have to talk about, bring you up to speed on what you may have missed earlier today, things that went on. And we're going to get the ball rolling with that. Booyah, bring that back over here. Man, it's hot down here. I'm trying to tell y'all. I got to cut the air off because it just runs. It'll be a big hum throughout the show. But I tell you, man, I need some air, man. This is ridiculous. There's sweat dripping off my forehead. You know what I'm saying? All right. Woo! So, with all the talk, with all the drama in the LBC, it's kind of hard being, TBTV, but somehow, some way, we keep coming back with dope-type stories like every single day. May I read a little news story and drop something about the CDC. I don't know how to make all that rhyme. It was too much. Shout out to Snoop Dogg. Hey, shout out to Ice Cube. O'Shea Jackson, what's up, man? I know you're not going to just go on April Ryan's show and Jamel Hill's show and say that's a wrap. Nah, my brother, you got to stop doing See Your Man Tim Black. That's what you got to do. I'm not one of these establishment hacks. You got to stop by here and holler at your boy or your uncle or your brother Tim Black so we could talk about your contract for Black America. God, what is going on? Okay, shout out to Derek Hamilton. I think we're going to line up something with Derek Hamilton. He's amazing. Amazing professor, right? Dr. Sandy Darrett is going to be coming back to visit us again, right? So we're doing it. Then also Jamal Bowman. Jamal Bowman's going to come through. Isaiah James is going to make another stop around to holler at us. So we're doing something right. We don't get the accolades, but we get the voices. So that's what matters most, and that's what I give the Wolfpack. All right. But I still want you to come through, Cube. Mr. Cube. All right. Okay, so now everything is crazy, right? Everyone's talking about what's going on in Kenosha, Wisconsin, what's going on with Trump, what's going on with Biden. I have updates about those things too. But meanwhile, there's real life going on. Not this abstract life that we deal with online. Not what's going on Facebook. Oh, no, they put me in Facebook jail. Oh, no, they're suppressing me on Twitter. I've said that a couple times, too. They're suppressing me on Twitter. That sounds like some punk stuff, don't it? Well, it does sound punkish if you compare it to what's happening in the real world to a lot of people right now. Since they stopped the moratorium on rent, well, they gave a 30-day grace period, and now it's starting to kick in. Well, kick out, I should say. They're starting to kick out people. People are starting to be evicted all across the country. Meanwhile, Congress goes home, takes a little break. They took a nap. Meanwhile, we don't get to take naps. Some of us are napping in our cars. Entire families are being put on the street right now, Johnson. And we're supposed to be impressed with Congress. We're supposed to put our faith in the judicial system or in our legislative branch. But we need you guys like we need a hole in the head. To that point, here goes a clip showing the life of Buddy, the eviction man.
Hello? Constable, need to come to the door.
From one Houston home to the next.
Hello, Constable.
Deputy Benny Gant with the Harris County Constable's Office executes judge's orders to evict.
Hello, Constable.
We ain't got nowhere to go.
Israel Rodriguez is a tenant at this apartment, but he's not alone. 20-month-old Israel, his brother, 4-year-old Fabian, and their mother are some of the estimated 40 million Americans facing eviction in the downward spiral of the COVID economy.
They didn't rush us, but they were like, get everything you need.
Rodriguez admits he hasn't been paying rent, behind thousands of dollars.
It's my fault in the eviction. It was a lot going on during the corona. When it hit, I lost my job. So it took me like a month to get another job. This is my check, but I ain't making it with $300. It's literally $300.
Their stroller now carries their possessions.
It's mainly the kids' clothes because me and her just wear the same clothes almost every day. Make sure we got, toilet paper and a little bit of snacks for the kids.
What are you gonna do with all of your stuff?
That's trash. They can throw it in the trash because we don't have a car, we don't have help, we don't have nobody that can come, help us out right now. Nobody. We got ourselves, me and the kids and her, that's it.
How does you as law enforcement feel about seeing that family have to go?
Oh, it's a tough situation. I've got 6 kids, 6 children. And, when the kids see the mom and dad in desperate situations, it's tough. That's fair.
Deputy Gant, an officer for 35 years, is just starting his day. 8 evictions are on his list.
A co-defendant is here, 2 of them.
At each stop, people behind on rent are ordered to leave. Possessions pulled out.
Where are you guys gonna go now?
We gotta go to a hotel.
You can go to a hotel.
As Deputy Gant works through his list, we get word that 200 eviction orders have come through the Harris County courts for this week. That's double what they normally saw for an entire month before COVID.
200 on Monday. What does that...
Well, that's a lot, yeah.
What does that say to you?
Well, what that means is that they're ready to start having people removed from properties.
It is a backlog, but it's also just one precinct in one of America's hardest hit cities in evictions. The job takes its toll.
I don't really want to put her out here, but I have to under this judge's order.
At this apartment, the tenant is an elderly woman who can no longer afford the rent. The landlord's mover, Francisco Munoz, works, though he doesn't want to.
I have a family, I have a sister, I have my mom, and we never know. Maybe today is her, tomorrow's me,
Midway through the eviction, Deputy Gant decides it's too dangerous to evict her in the Houston summer heat.
I'm not going to put her out here in this heat.
And will call social services instead.
You're going to stay today, but tomorrow you're leaving.
A one-day reprieve with an uncertain tomorrow.
You have a situation where people aren't working, they don't have the money, and they're desperate.
Yeah, Benny seemed real broke up about having to put these families out on the street. But he did it anyway. Yeah, did it anyway. I feel really bad about, you and your kids having nowhere to go, but if it's not going to be me, it's going to be somebody else to just find me and put me out on the street, and then somebody else will come put you out tomorrow or later today, because we don't have minds of our own. We do whatever we're told to do. And according to this paper, you don't matter. That's why I always laugh to myself a little inside when I hear people complain about people rioting or protesting or whatever you want to call it, people breaking stuff. I always laugh a little. Do you see what's going on out here? I'm going to tell you something, a little secret. Happy people don't burn shit. Happy people, stable people with with money coming in to feed their families don't destroy anything because they're too busy being happy. Have you ever been happy? And I don't mean you crazy white folks who win a game and then go crazy and burn down the city. I don't mean that. Besides celebrating, okay? But have you ever been happy and decided, hey, I'm so happy, I'd like to burn everything because I'm so damn happy. I was just looking at my wife the other day and thought to myself, let me just burn up the house because we're so happy. See, Americans are struggling. And what is our government doing for us? They're distracting us with BS. Now, the CDC is halting evictions, citing COVID-19 risks. The Trump administration's announced an order on Tuesday to bar evictions for most renters for the rest of the year as the nation grapples with the pandemic. The order put forward by the Center for Disease Control and Prevention said the action was needed to stop the spread of the coronavirus and to avoid having renters wind up in shelters or other crowded living conditions, which would compound the crisis. So it's not because they care about you as much as you think. It's you're just going to infect people. So yeah, we got to do something. We can't just let you, live in shelters and die all close together that way. Least you can do is go die in your own home. The moratorium will go further than the eviction ban under the Pandemic CARES Act, which covered as many as 12.3 million renters in apartment complexes or single-family units. That provision expired in July, though landlords could not begin eviction proceedings for 30 days. So, now there's a catch to all of this. There's a moratorium. It's going to be extended. Hopefully a lot of people will avoid living on the street. But it's a temporary avoidance. Because remember, guys, this is only a suspension. If you owe $5,000, $20,000, whatever you owe, you're going to still owe it after this. It's not like it's going away. Your amount of rent that you owe is not going away. The amount of mortgage that you owe is not going away. They're just going to say, we're going to pause. So whenever they decide to unpause it, we're going to end up right back where we are, which is mass evictions, mass foreclosures, because they won't do right by American citizens. They don't want to do right by us and just say, okay, it's a pandemic. Let me bail out the people. Now, they'll do that for corporations, even corporations who don't need it. But they won't do it for you. It's an amazing thing to watch these Trump supporters pretend Trump cares about them. Pretend. Why isn't Trump fighting to have this money allocated to you? Trump supporter. What, you're not worth it? You're lazy? You're not willing to work? No. Your job closed down. Or they couldn't operate due to the coronavirus, right? Right? There are all types of reasons, right? Valid reasons. Why isn't your president helping you? And I would be saying the same thing whether it was Obama or whether it was Trump or whoever it might be. The criticism should remain the same. I know what it is. You just don't want to admit the reality. You know the reality as well as I do. America doesn't care about its citizens. Why is it that other westernized nations have decided to give their people more money? Why are they making sure that their people stay indoors? Why is it that Benny Gant needs to be patted on the back for not putting the 95-year-old woman on the street in 102-degree weather, only to tell her, I'll be back tomorrow when the weather breaks. This country needs a lobotomy or a heart. One of those. Okay. And did you notice the mover? The mover was the only one that I saw who was truly apathetic to what was going on. And that's because he sees himself. He sees himself in these people. He even said, this could be my mom tomorrow. This could be me tomorrow. That's real. And that's really the issue, isn't it? When you see yourself in the people, when you see yourself in the victims, all of a sudden you have empathy. But as long as you can say it's those people, as long as you can smear the victim, you get to feel okay. Mr. Francisco Muniz. All right, let's move on. Look, I could stay there, but. Okay, so the Democrats' nominee, Joe Biden, he ain't doing so well. Yeah, you watch these programs where they talk about Joe Biden, and I was watching on MSNBC. They were saying how Joe Biden was beating Trump. He's beating Trump nationally by 6-7 points. They talk about he's beating Trump in certain swing states. Oh, he's up 6 points. He's up 6 points or so points in Wisconsin. He's up in Pennsylvania. He's up in other swing states. What they don't tell you, folks, and I want to tell you because I want you to know, I don't want you to be blindsided. I would hate for you to get out and unpeacefully protest. All you resistors who think that Biden is the answer to all solutions. Listen, Biden isn't doing as well as Clinton was doing this time in 2016. No, he's not. Remember Clinton in 2016, she ran against Trump. She was up by like 11 points in Wisconsin. Lost. She was up in Pennsylvania. Lost. She was up in Michigan. Lost. They're telling you that Biden's up, but they're not telling you by how much. And they're not comparing it historically to what we just saw happen in the last election where one of the candidates was Donald Trump. That to me is malfeasance, or at least malpractice. How can you not break it to the people that Joe Biden is on a slippery slope? He's on a losing trajectory. This is going to be a nail biter, to say the least. There is one bright spot for Joe Biden, Florida. Florida's the only battleground state where Biden, who's up by 3.7 points in the average poll, is outperforming Clinton by 2.7 points around this time. So Biden's up 3.7 points in Florida. This time in 2016, Clinton was only up 2.7. That make you feel better? A 1-point differential. I just don't want people losing their crap, I don't want people losing their shit when Joe Biden loses to Trump. Yeah, I'm like 60-40 now. I'm 60-40 now. I could go 70-30. And what I'm saying is not what I want. It's not what I want. I want neither one of these guys. But I could go 70-30 with Trump winning. I got a 70%. I think there's a 70% chance that Donald Trump beats Joe Biden. Now this is blasphemy. Oh, this is horrific for me to say. But see, luckily, I'm not an ass kiss. And luckily, I don't care if MSNBC gives me a show. We know they're not going to, Johnson. There's too much truth coming out of this mouth. Too much truth in spittle. But the truth is, Joe Biden's not doing so good. Now, Joe Biden's trying to do things, though. He's trying to be proactive. I'll say he's more proactive even though he's been hiding in his basement, hiding Biden, is more proactive than Hillary Clinton was. Yeah, at least he went to Kenosha, Wisconsin. He went to Kenosha, Wisconsin today to talk to the people. Now, as you may know, Kenosha, Wisconsin was the place where Jacob Blake was shot in the back 7 times. So Joe Biden went there to lend them his support. And also to tell them looting and burning of things is bad and you'll go to jail for it. Thank you, Negroes. Here goes a little clip of what happened when Joe Biden was in a church in Wisconsin and a young lady had a chance to speak. Independent media only, Johnson. You'll see why.
Because I'm sure you have more to hear from our community. Portia, would you like to come forward and lead us in the next round of conversation, please?
County governor's bragging about you.
Hello, my name is Portia Bennett. I'm just going to be honest, Mr. Biden. I was told to go off this paper, but I can't. You need the truth. And I'm part of the truth. I was born here, raised here, first 8th grade class of the school that was named after his mother. So I have to give you the truth of the people. And the truth of the matter is we are heavily angry. Not angry as to where people say, oh, they're protesting. There's a difference between a protester and a rioter. A very big difference. We protest to get our voices heard. We protest to show that not just blacks are tired of what's going on. As you can see, there are blacks, whites, Muslims, Chinese, Hispanic that are out there. We came together to help get this community together as well because we live here and we want it to stay the way we've always had it. But the changes that we want has to be more in effect. We hear so many people saying, oh, we're going to give you this, we're going to give you that. But we have yet to see action. And I was always raised to go off action and not words because you'll be let down every single time. And the action we want are hold these officers accountable to the same crimes that we get held accountable to. If I was that officer, I would be under Kenosha County Jail right now. If I was these officers who commit these crimes, because if a medical examiner if a medical examiner does their job and says, oh, I'm ruling it homicide, that's murder. Why are they not being done the same exact way that me or my brothers and sisters out here in this world are being treated? Why are there more police officers in the black neighborhoods than in other neighborhoods? Why are we more targeted than anybody else? We walk somewhere, automatically you fit the description. We wear something, automatically it's, oh, you're a bad person. I'm only 31. And I've seen enough within these last 2 years to say I'm tired. I'm a mother. My oldest is 13. My twins are 9. I do this because I want their future to be better than what I have right now, because my present is not good. But I speak because I want the truth heard. And I speak for the people in this city because I live in this city and I'm out here with these people. A lot of people won't tell the truth, but I'm telling the truth. It's not what a lot of people think it is for us. We want the same exact rights as others. We want to be treated just like everyone else. A lot of us get denied jobs because we mark that box as black or African American, knowing we are overly qualified for that position. People come in and tear down our houses in our neighborhoods instead of fixing them up and making them better. And now we're all pushed to one side of town. Gentrification has to stop as well. We can't get that if someone with that voice can't put that into effect. That's all we're asking. We want the same treatment. We're not asking, oh, put us above anybody. We're not saying we matter more than anybody. None of that. But for so many decades, we've been shown we don't matter. And right now, we just want someone who's actually going to show and put that action in. It's a lot of stuff we want done. And being someone who is out here I literally live directly behind this church. I know the pastor. I come over and help with the food pantry some days. So I know it. I see it. I live it. Others who don't see it and live it can't tell you the truth. They can't really give you the in-depth things that we're going through out here as black and brown people. So I'm telling you, it's way more that we want done. And it didn't just start with Jacob. But we want change. We want change.
Yep. All right, that was Portia Bennett speaking heartfelt words sincerely to Joe Biden. And to Portia Bennett, if you're watching, sister, I just want to let you know, you're talking to the air. Yeah, Joe was probably thinking about what he was going to order for lunch when this black lady stopped talking. Or maybe he was thinking, did I have lunch? Come on, man, I can't remember. Did I eat? Did I eat? What I'm trying to tell you, Portia Bennett, is this is not the guy. You said actions. You said you look at actions, not words. I question you on that, because if you looked at actions, not words, you wouldn't be talking to Joe Biden. You would know by his actions that he has really no incentive at all to do anything. He's demonstrated that he is the chief of mass incarceration. He's demonstrated he likes taking us to war. He's demonstrated that he will cut Social Security and entitlements. You tried to do so 10 times. Why is no one willing to tell the truth about Joe Biden? I know you want change. That's why we need more parties. Things that Ms. Bennett was talking about are not crazy, outlandish, kooky things. She wants to end the racial profiling. She wants black lives to matter. Is there really anyone who doesn't understand what Black Lives Matter means, like the term? Like, you're just gaslighting. You're a bunch of gaslighters. They know what you mean. They could just look back. I mean, 50 years ago, we couldn't even vote, you dumb bastard. How could you say Black Lives Matter when we couldn't vote? How could you say Black Lives Matter when there was a rule that no white man could be held accountable for anything they did to a black man? Couldn't even look a white person in the face. Couldn't walk on the sidewalk. Couldn't use the bathroom. How could you not understand the term Black Lives Matter? Anyway, back to this. You're right, Clarence. I need to calm down and not let this stuff get me upset. These people are trolling. Listen, it seems like it's a whole country, almost half a country of trolls, though. Okay, so during this Kenosha appearance, Joe Biden, he billed it as an opportunity, a moment for healing in the wake of racial unrest and violence. Yeah, he came there to heal their souls. He also visited the family of Blake, Jacob Blake. Donald Trump, he also went to Kenosha. He didn't visit with Jacob Blake, though. Biden says he's seeking common ground that Trump is incapable of reaching with law and order rhetoric and repeated refusals to acknowledge racism in America. See, here's the difference, guys. Joe Biden admits that there's racism in America, and then while he was in office, when he was in the seat of power, he consistently used it against us to pass legislation that hurt us. Trump doesn't admit or acknowledge that there's racism, And he continues to fan the flames of racism because he knows how racist America really is. And he knows that's one way to get elected. Both Donald Trump and Joe Biden are using race to the detriment and the damage of black people. I don't care what these tokens tell you. This is the reality of the situation. You can accept it or not accept it. Joe Biden. And right now, this Kenosha thing will hurt Joe Biden in Wisconsin. So what did he have to do? He made statements about protesters in Wisconsin and Kenosha who would go to jail, and to stop protesting and stop violating and stop burning or looting or whatever you black people are doing. Just stop it. As if it was only black people or only white people, only any one group doing it. It is what it is, guys. It is what it is. Joe Biden went there. Now, this is benefiting Trump. It's benefiting Trump now. So now that it's benefiting Trump that there's unrest in cities across the country. In fact, there have been protests, peaceful protests, in some 70 cities. The only ones you ever hear about are the ones where there's any damage. Do you understand that? There have been 70 separate protests in 70 cities. I'm counting cities. The only ones that make any news are the ones where there is damage. Why is that, Johnson? I'm trying to tell you, I'm a witness. Back in 2015, 2014, when Freddie Gray was murdered by Baltimore Police Department, Baltimore officers, there was protests, peaceful protests for days. It made no news at all until someone broke some windows at the CVS. That's when the news shows up. That's when it became televised. It's the same thing here. So where are all my conspiracy theorists that think that maybe it could be Trump people causing the damage because it helps Trump? Now Trump gets to run his law and order. Some reason QAnon took a day off when it could be reversed on them. All right. Well, there is no bump being made by any one of these candidates. Donald Trump came in with the RNC convention. He didn't get a bump, really, not out of the convention. And the same thing holds true for Joe Biden. No real bump. No real bump with Kamala Harris other than a fundraising bump. I don't know. For some reason, Joe Biden increased his donations, and people are attributing that to Kamala Harris. All right, I'll keep you up to date on this. What's going on with Kenosha? Wow. Okay, so it doesn't stop. We're looking at the murder of George Floyd. Was it 3 months? 3 weeks? 3 months? 3 months ago, George Floyd. I don't even want to go down the list of all the dead people. Okay, it's a lot of people, but as of late, what we've been discussing is Jacob Blake, right? Okay, then we talked about. I did a video on Deon K. Okay, Deon K. I just did that, Washington D.C. Check it on my channel. I covered it. I don't want to go into that now. What I want to talk about now is Daniel Prude. Yeah, Daniel Prude is the man in Rochester, New York, who was suffocated to death by police, the Rochester Police Department. Well, but the footage was just released showing that the man who was having a mental episode, who was handcuffed, was suffocated to death. 7 police officers in Rochester, New York, have been suspended with pay following the release of body cam footage in the March death of Daniel Prude. I'm going to try to share with you a little bit of the footage regarding this, and a press conference held where the brother of Daniel Prude expresses his heartfelt thoughts about the murder of his brother. Oh, this is graphic.
Hey, get on the ground. Get on the ground.
Several Rochester police officers arrived at the scene. Prude's brother called 911, worried that his brother was having a mental breakdown. The video shows.
Hey, get on the ground. Get on the ground.
Several Rochester police officers arrived at the scene. Prude's brother called 911, worried that his brother was having a mental breakdown. The video shows Prude followed police orders.
Put your hands behind your back. Behind your back. Yes, don't move.
When they handcuffed him, you can see blood on his wrist. Police say Prude smashed windows on Jefferson Avenue before police arrived. On the video, police say Prude said he had coronavirus and he was spitting, so police put a spit bag over his head.
I'm in the MHAM. Yeah.
2 minutes after he was cuffed, Prude starts to sit up.
Stay down. Stay down. Get up. Stay down.
2 minutes after that, officers start putting their hands on him. Prude's voice gets muffled and high-pitched.
Trying to kill me. And Jesus gonna love me. My mama flew over like crazy, man. So crazy. I mean it.
Stop. Calm down. Stop. Calm down. Calm down, okay?
3 minutes later, Prude stops moving.
Roll him over on the side.
The order comes to uncuff him, but officers can't find the key. Then the EMTs are called in.
Does he have a pulse?
Oh, no.
Start CPR.
Prude was put in an ambulance. His brother says he was put on life support and died 7 days later.
You killed a defenseless black man, a father's son, a brother's brother, a nephew's uncle. If you want to know the truth, the video footage gonna show the truth.
Prude.
And a push-up stands on my brother damn neck. How you sitting here with your knee in my brother damn back when he's defenseless? He's got on no damn clothes. I mean, come on, let's keep it real. If you want to know the truth, the video footage gonna show the truth. And these people that steady trying to cover this up, come on, man, let's stop this. Because if you don't stop it now, it's gonna be some more. And it's not gonna stop. I mean, what makes me lesser than the next man of this American society? It doesn't make me lesser than you. Because my skin is darker than yours, my melanin is better than yours. I don't care what it is. We all human. I'm not no animal. And that's what the fuck they treat my brother, like a damn animal.
All right, as I stated earlier, 7 police officers, Rochester police officers, were suspended. The footage released, as you can see, showed the officers putting a hood on the 41-year-old's head and shoving his face into the ground for 3 minutes. It's while he was naked and handcuffed and obviously dangerous. The naked and handcuffed man was obviously a threat to the officers. The murder of Prude was largely unknown until the family released the footage and police documents surrounding his death. Mr. Daniel Prude was failed by our police department, our mental health care system, our society, and he was failed by me. That's Warren. Warren is, I think, is the Lovely Warren, the city's mayor. So the city's mayor said that she's the one who decided to suspend the officers, and that was against the advice of counsel. She went on to say, I understand the union may sue the city for this. They shall feel free to do so. All right. Now, you may have wondered, and this is the first thing I wondered when I saw this story. I wondered, why did the brother call the police? And I'm not even going to pile on there. I'm just going to say, I've said this so many times. I've been saying this since 2013 because that's how long I've been covering these stories. Don't call the police unless it's absolutely 100,000% necessary. They are not trained, nor equipped, nor apparently have the gumption to deal with people with a mental health crisis. They have a hammer and everything, including your brother, sister, uncle, child, husband, wife, aunt, cousin, nephew, neighbor, lover, or friend is a nail. Prude's brother Joe called police on the morning of March 23rd to help Prude, who was suffering from what the family lawyer described as an acute manic psychotic episode. He says, I placed the phone call for my brother to get help, not for my brother to get lynched. Now, the reason why they know he was having a psychotic episode is because Rochester police documents released by Prude's family show that Joe told officers that Prude had run out of the house that night after he had been hospitalized earlier in the day for suicidal ideation. Warren also criticized the hospital for releasing Prude hours after his family had him hospitalized that day. Call it another failure that led to his death. What happened to Daniel Prude is not just the fault of these officers, but as stated by the mayor, Miss Warren, lovely Warren, it's the fault of also our mental health facilities. The family took him to the mental health ward the same day. They sent him home. Do you have anyone in your family that has mental issues? Anyone in your family that suffers from drug addiction, causing mental health issues? How helpful has the police or how helpful has mental health facilities been to you and your family? Not much, I'm sure. Not much. Now, when we talk about defunding the police, all people hear is, you're not going to pay the police money. You want to get rid of the police. Many state budgets, 50-60% of state budgets go to police. You know how much money goes to mental health facilities? Less than 10 most of the time. And since most deaths with law enforcement, a majority of them, at least half, involve somebody with a mental health issue, what if we allocated more money to mental health? And we don't want to cut Meals on Wheels. We don't want to cut after-school programs because there's hardly any of those. The biggest budget to cut from are the police, is the police budget. I think people get it. I think they just don't want to get it. Or they just watch Fox News. Or they watch MSNBC, who can't put it as succinctly as I just did. It's very basic. We spent a lot of money locking people up, but not a lot of money helping people so that they don't have to get locked up. We spent a lot of money on tanks and no money on doctors. We spent a lot of money on riot gear, but not enough money on therapy. Woo! Jesus Christ, what are we dealing with? A bunch of imbeciles and morons and bigoted bastards who only care about their paychecks, who only care about their fishing trips. We could do something about this if we really put our heads together. We could solve these problems and so many more problems if we could only get the corrupt bastards out of the way. These corrupt bastards are in our way. What crime did Daniel Prude commit? Nothing. He was hurting himself. And he's dead because of it. Now go ahead and tell me, Trumpers, and other people too, some of you closeted Trump people, go ahead and tell me, like you did with George Floyd, you're so stupid you don't realize they demonize anyone who's a victim. All victims get demonized. Don't you get that? Next thing you'll tell me there was a 3-year-old child who was touched by the rabbi. You'll say, well, what was the child wearing? Obviously. That child was just egging it on, right? You guys are really sick. This person had committed no crime, did nothing. Mental health is like any other sickness. Did you ask for your cold, Johnson? Did you ask for any condition that you may have? I'm pretty sure you didn't. Rochester Police Union said earlier Thursday it has concerns about the incident involving our members and that Mr. Daniel Prude, and it's in the process of gathering information. The union declined to comment about the suspensions. The family's Wednesday's announcement sparked protests in Rochester, and several activists were arrested, according to CBS affiliate WROC. More protests were expected today and tomorrow and into the weekend, obviously. Woo! Wow, what a news day, right? What a news day. Okay, so I had to look for this. With all this horrible, very, what's the word for it? With all this very serious stuff, all of this relentless bombardment of bad story, bad story, bad story, I have been making an attempt to more often do a segment that's a little bit different. The name of that segment is Good Stuff. It's not easy to do the good stuff ceremony or segment. It's not easy to do a good stuff segment because it's not easy to find good stuff. Now, it's not that I don't think good things happen in the country. It's just they never get publicized, Johnson. So if you've been waiting around, here is the highly anticipated new segment of Good Stuff. All right. You know who doesn't get enough attention as we talk about these cops and how cops and all cops are bastards, ACAB, and cops, we need to defund them, and cops. We give them all the attention goes to the cops. No attention at all. No attention at all goes to firemen or fire people. When are they going to change that from firemen and make it non-specific? Firefighters. There you go, Tim Black. No attention goes to firefighters. All the attention goes to cops. It's ridiculous. Come on, man. Firemen do a hell of a job. They risk their lives. Everybody's happy to see firemen show up. Unless you set the blaze yourself, Johnson. For the insurance money. But typically, people are very happy to see fire people. Well, there was a fire in Harlem where some firefighters did the impossible, or damn near the impossible, the stuff that is made up in movies. Yeah, that's it. The type of theatrics that you only see in the movies was done in Harlem earlier this week. Here it is. Jesus, it's hard to get that out.
What the f***?
Oh my God, did you see her climbing?
What? Oh my God, there's a woman on the ledge. What the f***? There's a woman on the ledge. Oh my God. There's a woman on the ledge in the f***. Oh my God. 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 Woo. Oh my God. They're inside, they're putting it out. Yeah, there's a firefighter on her. He's connected, I think, to like some kind of rope. It looks like they put out the fire though. Smoke is stopping.
Yeah, that's right. Man, so this is what happens, right? So this was on the 16th floor. They went to the 17th floor because it was inside. The 16th floor was an inferno of that apartment. So they went to the building, the apartment right above it, and rappelled down onto, because the lady is standing on the ledge. They rappelled down in order to save this lady. Now, they couldn't just lift her up. This is one guy on a rope, Okay? I don't know what the rope's tied to. Something out of Mission Impossible. But he holds her there. He holds on to her because he's afraid that she's going to freak out and fall. So that took about 6 minutes. Meanwhile, while he's holding on to this lady on the ledge, holding on to the glass, whole place full of smoke, her apartment full of smoke, on fire, the firemen are inside putting the fire out. Okay, so eventually, they got the fire to dissipate, and they were able to bring her back through the window. And they took her to the hospital for smoke inhalation, but she's fine, and everybody's fine. The firefighters are fine. The lady's fine, and that's what I'm talking about, folks. Look what we can do. Teamwork makes the dream work, right? That's what I'm talking about. Now, here goes the kicker to this whole thing. That rappel thing with the rope, the roof rope or whatever they call it, that's something that's rarely ever done, right? It's so dangerous, no one tries it. But just so happens, earlier that day, during practicing maneuvers, guess what they tried? The roof rope. That's right, Johnson. It just so happens they needed to do it that same day. So for that reason, this police department, there I go again. For that reason, that's this week's good stuff. Thank you, firemen, for not being cops and saving that lady's life. All right, folks, that's it. That's all I got. That's enough. Lord have mercy. I'm burning up down here. Tomorrow is Freedom Friday. People going to call up. They're going to speak truth to power. I hope. Keep it real. Keep it 100. Also, another announcement, we have a Discord server, TimBlackDiscord.com. So sign up, go to Discord.com and get yourself a free Discord account. Then go to TimBlackDiscord.com and join us, the Tim Black Discord thing, where you can talk to anybody. You want to talk to your favorite Wolfpack community folks? You want to talk to your friends in the Wolfpack community? Great. You don't have to wait to a show to do that. You can do that anytime you want at TimBlackDiscord.com. Do that today. Yes. I'm going to keep on coming up with new ways, better ways to communicate and to make our community even stronger. So that's what it is, guys. All right. I feel good about that. I'm excited about what we're going to do. 2021 is going to be good. It's got to make it through 2020. Look, everybody, our job, we got one job right now, okay? One. Survive 2020. That's what I'm going to need every Wolfpack member to agree and to cement this into your skull. Your job is to survive 2020. If you do that, everything else is a bonus. Just make it through this year. That's all I'm saying. Just make it through. We almost there, okay? Couple more months to go. Woo! Let's just make it, right? All right. Now I'm going to go to Super Chat and see if people left some Super Chats. And if I got some messages, I need to read to the community. Let's do that. Just got to make it to 2020, man. Oh, this damn thing. Why they got to change everything all the damn time? I don't even know how to get there. How to get there on this thing. They done switched everything. Freaking. I don't even know how to do it, guys. Okay, live. Welcome to live chat. Okay, support you. I don't know. I can't. This is horrible. All right, so I'm gonna have to go another way. Let's go this. It's not readily available how. Pop out chat. This is horrible. Screw you, YouTube fixing stuff, making it worse. Viewer activity? No super chats. Also now wants to do a new one. I don't know what's going on, man. Anyway, okay, we got a couple people. Okay. Super chat. Tim, thanks, Tim. Love your show. That's from Nancy Vantor. Thank you, Nancy Vantor. Kitty. Kitty sent a green super chat. She says, Mayor Lovely Warren knew and covered up Daniel Prude's murder for 6 months. What the hell? How's she benefit from that? She benefit from it? Now she wants to be the savior. Oh yeah, I covered it up. So now let me come in there. Let me come in here and suspend these cops who I should have suspended 6 months ago, but I didn't have the courage to do so. Now it's either me or them. So now, yeah, it's going to be them. Yeah. That sounds about right as far as what they usually do. Guys, not anything I could do here. Okay. Now I'm seeing some more. This is horrible, guys. They switched everything, man. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Let me see. I got to read these super chats. So bear with me, guys, as I try to do this. We have to try to do this. Okay, now I can see him. But now I had to open up another window. Let's see. See, it doesn't show them like they used to. Damn, it's not showing me everybody. Kara Thompson, do you think rent moratorium was a good move by Trump to gain support? I do. I think it was a damn good move, Kara. And as you do, because you and I, both of us, we independent, right? So we're all about people getting help. And we don't much care who gets credit. I know I don't care. I know you don't care either. Smart move. And you know what? And I said before that it's people keep saying that this, that the COVID-19 is going to hurt Trump and it's all fabricated by the Democrats to hurt Trump. Listen, all Trump has to do is give people money. It's not even his money, Johnson. He helped people. People will remember that. And I think it'll go a long way to his reelection. I know there are people saying, oh, I'm not going to vote for him even if he gives me money. Yeah, that's you. That's you. There are other people. If he bails them out, that'll be more than Democrats have ever done for them. Who did Obama bail out? Just saying, who did he bail out? Banks. David Melford, thank you, Tim. Amazing show as usual. Interesting that no one covered the Denver protests where 12 individuals were arrested. Yeah, you know what? Send me something on that. That plus, it was Denver. Someone talked about Denver last show. They said the same thing. Someone else is talking about it. This thing sucks, man. Nancy Vanter. Bose Einstein, power to the truth, and the truth makes you survive. Cosmic Messenger says, we have to stop Trump, Johnson. Oh, we got to stop them neoliberals, too. We got to stop it all. It's all a charade. Don't you think so? Kitty says, there's more to the cover-up in Rochester than is being reported. I'm sure there is. Fill me in. Fill me in, Kitty. Feel me? Thank you, Kitty. In fact, right now I want to also add, because I'm going to be putting a video out about Rochester. And it's also reported that the mayor of Rochester is doing a lot of window dressing. It's pretending to care about these people because, see, she knew what happened to Mr. Prude 6 months ago. What'd she do? Nothing. But now that it's national news, now she wants to suspend police officers and be on the side of the people. Yeah, we see through your garbage, Miss Warren. We're going to get rid of you, too. We're going to get rid of you, and you, and you, and you, and you. You're cool. You. That's what we're going to do. Right? That sound right? That makes sense? That makes sense. All right, guys. I don't know how I'm supposed to do this show when I can't see the super chats. YouTube's always doing some shit. Yeah? They're always trying to, let's improve. Let's do this. No, let's not break it. Let's not break what we have. How am I supposed to see super chats in your new thing? All right? All right. I'm gone, guys. Tomorrow, Freedom Friday. I hope to see you there. Be there, be square, people. I love you. I got nothing but love for you. Remember, we just got to make it through 2020. Then we got to make it through 2021, but we got to make it through 2020 first, okay? All right. Much respect. Don't forget, don't let nobody take your cornbread. Don't let no one take your cornbread. Keep your cornbread. I got your back, Johnson. Have mine. I'll see you soon. Wolfpack. Tim Black Show is streamed live in front of a live internet audience. To become a member of the Tim Black Wolfpack, all you got to do is go to patreon.com, Tim's Take Live. Do it. Or join on Facebook or on YouTube. Starting at only $5 a month. Become a fisheye Wolfpack. Yo. Catch you tomorrow, Johnson. Or later today. For real, for real.